Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be checking out the Bee Gees for the very first time on the channel. I say it like that because I didn't want you guys to worry. I've already heard the song Stayin' Alive. I believe I discovered it for the first time in that infamous episode of The Office, and I would wager that most Gen Zers and younger discovered it through that very mechanism. But today we're going to be deep diving into their world and actually checking out 3 songs that are spanning about 8 years or so. So they're going to be very young up front. I can just kind of see it by the thumbnail here. And then we'll move through the years and see their style develop. Before we jump into this one, a huge thanks goes to Russell for making this request and for bringing something new to the channel. But now, my friends, let's jump into it.
Robin, Morris, and Barry Gibbs are 3 brothers who started singing in 1958. They've been helped a lot by Bill Gates, the popular Brisbane disc jockey, hence the name BG,
Bill Gates,
which combines also with Barry Gibbs' initials. They've just been signed by a festival, and here they are, great acts.
Dude, they literally look like 10, 12, and like 16, 17.
Sing Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on in here, it's the best band in the land. Well, he can play a bugle call like you never heard before.
Oh, that's a weird harmony.
That's the best band in the land.
Also, I noticed with some of this older music, there's this different kind of accent that they're using. I believe it's referred to as the transatlantic accent, but let me know if that's correct or not. I don't know how to describe it because it's not an accent that exists en masse today, but I do hear it whenever we go back in time.
That's the best band in the land. Come on along, let me take you by the hand. To the man, who's the leader of the band. If you wanna hear that Swanee River played in ragtime, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band.
It's nice.
Come on in here,
Oh, there we go. They're picking it up now.
Come on in here, it's the best band in the land. Well, he can play a bugle call like you never heard before.
That's cool. I don't know what that kind of style is called. More ragtime, I guess.
Let me take you by the hand. Up to the man who's the leader of the band. If you wanna hear that Swanee River.
Oh, that was pleasant. Listen to that. The layering of each voice, and then they all in unison slide down.
To the man who's the leader of the band. If you wanna hear that Swanee River.
Wow. That is satisfying.
Come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band.
The Bee Gees.
Now here's a little story. To tell it is a must. About this unsung hero that moves away the dust. Some people make a fortune, and others
The kid in the middle here, his facial expressions are hilarious.
own a mint. But my old man don't earn much. In fact, he's flipping skint.
He simultaneously has the face of someone who's like 10 years old and 60. I don't have a good way to elaborate on that further.
Oh, my old man's a dustman, he wears a dustman's hat. He wears cobblimy trousers, and he lives in a council flat. He looks a
Now they're singing with almost like a British accent.
He has a job to pull them up, that he calls them daisy roots. Now some folks get tips for Christmas.
Where are the
and
Bee
some
Gees
of
from?
them
I'm gonna
forget.
Google this.
So when he picks their bins up, he spills some on the step. Well, one old man got nasty and to the council wrote.
Originally
Next
from
time my old
Redcliffe,
man Red
Australia.
Mulberry
Wow.
thumped him up the throat. Oh, my old man's a dustman. He wears
I was
a
thinking they were
dustman's hat.
American.
He wears cobblimy trousers and he lives in a council flat. Though my old man's a dustman, he's got an heart of gold. He got married recently, though he's 86 years old. I said, now hang on, Dad, you're getting past your prime. But he says, when you get my age, it helps to pass the time. Oh, my old man's a dustman, he wears a dustman's hat. He wears cobblimy trousers, and he lives in a council flat.
What is a dust man?
Now one day whilst
Like
in a hurry,
the Dust Bowl?
he missed a lady's bin. He hadn't gone but a few yards when she chased after him.
Like the trash man?
She cried out from the yard.
How did he do that?
He missed a lady's bin. He hadn't gone but a few yards when she chased after him. What do you think you're
Oh my god.
Right out from the
He
yard.
could just flip his voice up that high.
Now jump upon the cart. Oh, my old man's a dustman. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears cobblimy trousers and he lives in a council flat. Well, they found a tiger's head one day, nailed to a piece of wood. That tiger looked quite miserable, as I suppose he should. Just then from out a window, a voice began to...
They're snapping on the right. I don't hear any snaps.
As I suppose he should. Just then from out a window, a voice began to wail. Said, oi, where's me tiger's head? Forward from his tail. Oh, my old man's a dustman. He wears a dustman's
Okay, this is
hat.
catchy.
He wears cobblimy trousers, and he lives in a council flat. Now if you see a dustman, all looking all pale and sad, don't kick him in the dustbin. It might be my own dad.
Nice. That's cool. You know, I feel like the way they sound, it is very, I mean, obviously it's a classical sound. This is from, I believe, 1963, this medley. And if they started in 1958, well, they're drawing from a lot of inspiration that, modern music doesn't necessarily put out there. You know, this is a bit of an older, I guess you could call it folk style. To be honest, the way that like genres and those labels are used for contemporary music versus music from like, you know, the 60s onwards versus like before the 60s, I feel like these labels constantly take on new meanings, even if the word remains. So I don't know if it's fruitful to go down that line of discussion, but it's kind of like a combo of folk and a cappella, I guess you could say. Almost like one of those vocal quartets you may hear, but the only difference being that there's a guitar and only three of them, so a trio. I like the moments where they all kind of sing together in unison, whether it's by adding each of the layers to the arrangement or all in unison singing one note. There's these kind of eerie oscillations that they're doing where they will land on a particular note, but because the timbres of each singer is a bit different, it can feel a bit discordant even if the pitch is identical. You know, just think of like a loose example of your favorite duet group out there, and the way that their voices complement one another often will work extremely well, whether they're singing the exact same pitch or in harmonious intervals. And when the way that the Bee Gees are coming together on some of these notes, it is almost as if the point is for there to be a bit of like distortion between the voices, not in a major way and not in a grating way, but I feel like it is there. And that produces a kind of gravelly texture that doesn't normally surface when you listen to like other a cappella groups, for example. So that's very interesting. I wasn't necessarily expecting those moments to stick out the way that they did, but to be honest, I actually like that. Let's keep going. This is To Love Somebody 4 years later.
Over in this far corner, a beautiful song from the Bee Gees.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me.
Wow, they all aged so many years in 4
I want
years.
my life to be
That's puberty for
to
you.
live with you, live away with you. There's a way. Everybody said to do each and every little thing, but what does it bring if I ain't got you? Ain't got, baby, you don't know what it's like.
Oh my god.
Baby, you don't know what it's like.
They got so good so
To love
fast.
somebody, to love somebody
Oh,
the way I love you.
the harmonies are better now. You can tell like their voices have all matured and now they're coming into their own. Not to mention we have additional instruments here.
My parade, I see your face again. I know my friend man, you ain't got to be so glad. And I'm glad, so glad I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and I breathe for you. But what good does it do if I ain't got you? Ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody
That harmony,
the
dude.
way I love you. Somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. No, 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 no. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like.
Really nice. Really nice. I like the way that that song, well, first and foremost, shows their very exponential growth in singing ability, in their arrangements, in just the maturity of each of their individual voices. Like now I can tell that they are not actually children, and I don't know the specific ages of them in the 63 medley, but you can tell. You can just tell visually they're matured. You can hear it vocally as well. Actually, because we don't do that many reaction to like younger singers on the channel, I don't often hear that more youthful quality to a voice. So I like that we got to hear that early on and then transition to this more grandiose, epic performance of theirs. Because you can hear it coming from the brass, the strings, the drums, everything that kind of comes into full force when the choruses are being sung. It all feels more climactic, and they're owning that vocal space well. You can also tell that stylistically they're looking for almost crystal clear delivery when singing. They don't opt for more grit, growls, rasp, those more like earthy, oaky slides. It feels like everything is still very clear cut, more polished. So there is that element of youthfulness in their voice still, but it's more supported. Like if you listen to their like dynamic control, their diaphragm is now fully engaged to the extent that they're not losing breath, or they don't feel like at any moment it could be snuffed out, which can often happen with kids' voices. And it's just a matter of like learning how to manipulate your own body and breath to better support your singing. Because for the most part, a lot of us are actually capable of singing, whether we believe it or not. It's a matter of learning how to properly engage the certain muscles, and of course, practice, 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 but that alone will increase the quality of each of the notes that you sing. And that is something that when you learn it, it kind of sticks with you and you can build on it year after year. It is one of the reasons why often you'll have some of the best vocalists of all time just get better with age, because they now know how to get the most from their voice without overburdening themselves too. That was my favorite song so far. Let's jump into the next one here. This is How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Now we have color, guys. Oh my god.
I can think of younger days when living for my life was everything a man could want to do.
The acoustic guitar is just purely
I could never see tomorrow, but I was never told about the sorrows. How can you mend
the breathiness.
broken hearts? How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round?
The harmonies again.
How can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. I can still feel the breeze that rustles through the trees and misty memories of days gone by. We could never see tomorrow. No one said a word about the sorrow. How can you mend the broken heart?
This is my favorite song.
How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? And how can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again.
Wait, was that a harp that we've been hearing throughout? This is beautiful. That was so lovely. I definitely think that that was my favorite song of the three. Again, it shows another level of maturity. They're leaning into different vocal elements, arrangement elements that weren't present in the first song for sure, but even in the second track. Because now this song definitely took more of a ballad kind of form. And when it comes to ballads, like, you're often going to associate that with, melancholic lyrics, check, with strings, check, moderate to slow tempo, check. So because those are usually mainstays, those are the staples of what we often consider to be a ballad, what matters most are the vocal melodies, and if you have multiple vocalists, the harmonies that underlie them. And in this song too, we got the added benefit of like the strings and everything else really coming into its own, allowing all of the textures to complement one another, because we had the textures of the acoustic guitar strumming that was very salient early on, but populated the entire mix throughout, plus the vocals and how airy they all felt. You can think of stylistically what was happening here. It felt like instead of the clean cut vocals we got in the second track, on this third one, how can you mend a broken heart, all of the vocals are pretty much sung with a lot of breath added on top, so a lot more airflow, and that creates a sort of vocal cloud, I guess you could say, which in this song paired extremely well, again, with the textures of the acoustic guitar and additionally all of those strings. So those three elements all together, for me, did a lot of the heavy lifting in this track. But then when you think about the melody and how good it feels and getting to swing back and forth, it is very, very lovely. There are moments too where I picked up on more vibrato as a technique than I did in the previous two performances. So, if anything, you can tell that vocally each member got better, and the fact that this arrangement is as lovely as it is, as melodic as it is, I think is the cherry on top. But it just goes to show you what is possible if you just stick to something, in this case music, and just keep honing your craft, keep allowing your emotions to play a big part in your delivery and in what drives you. Oftentimes you'll hear about the passion of creatives sort of ebbing and flowing, which is, natural in life, but the more you're able to stay disciplined to that longer term vision for yourself, you can really make something special by the time it's all said and done. You can make something special earlier on too, but think about it. You put in more hours, thousands more performances, everything kind of starts to make more sense. And that is what this performance feels like to me. It just feels like they have all fully come together and found their sound and style. That said, I don't know if all of their songs take the form of ballads. I'm sure they have another variety. We've heard Stayin' Alive, so that's a very different song stylistically, but this is probably my favorite Bee Gees song that I've ever heard. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And if you would like to request more Bee Gees on the channel, you can always do so by hitting the first link in the description box below or scanning the QR code on your screen here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.